Student loan debt sucks. It just sucks. It's something that's always giving you anxiety. It's always in the back of your mind, and it doesn't leave you alone. So my wife and I accumulated about $80,000 in student loans. That's insane. That's so much debt. That's crazy. And we actually didn't even realize how much we owed in student loans until we were obligated to pay them back, which was 6 months after we actually graduated from college. And while we were in college, whenever there was an opportunity to get a loan to pay for our school, we were just sign here, sign here, sign here. Yeah, no problem. 5,000, 10,000, 15,000. No problem. We'll figure it out in the future. Maybe our loans will get paid off by somebody. I don't know, somehow they'll get taken care of. But then we didn't even realize how much we accumulated and that we eventually had to pay them back. And that was the worst part of the entire experience, of the entire college experience. Getting hit in our faces with the amount that we were gonna owe in student loans. Ridiculous, $80,000. We actually didn't even realize this or realize how important it was to pay it off until we went through Dave Ramsey's course, Financial University. And this completely changed our outlook and the importance of paying our student debt off. So we started the Dave Ramsey steps, we saved those $1,000, and then we hit step 2 with such vigor. We became gazelle intense about paying our student loans off. In this video, I want to talk about our journey. I want to talk about the steps that we took, and there's steps that you can also take in your life. And I want to talk about how we paid off this $80,000 of debt in just 14 months. So let's get into those steps. So the first step that we did is we made a budget and realized how much we spend every month and how much debt we actually had. This was probably the most important step we could take because we needed to know where our money was going. We needed to know how much money we could actually put towards our student loans, how much money we can use to pay this down to become financially free. And after we did our budget, we realized that our lifestyle was too high. It was too high up here. We were spending too much money on eating out, too much money on fun money, on things that we did not need. So after doing that, we realized that we had to do some sacrifices to be able to become financially free. So the second step that we did is we listed our debts from smallest to largest, and that is called the debt snowball effect. So the first debt I want to say the first loan was probably like $1,500. And that one we paid off, I want to say like the first month when we started, just because it was a small amount and we had a little bit of money saved already. And the third step that we did is we made a goal, and this is one of the most important steps of paying your debt off. We made a goal of when we wanted to have these loans paid off. We made a goal and a date. We set a month and a year of when we wanted to become completely free from these student loans. It's kind of like if you're in prison and then you know what date you're going to get out. You write that down on your calendar and you're so excited for that date because you're finally going to become free. Now, I've never been to prison, so I don't know what that's like, but I would imagine there's some similarity to it. But anyways, we did that and we are so excited to keep track on this plan to be able to actually complete that goal of getting out of debt. Not only did we complete that goal, but we paid it off earlier than what we initially had planned. And the next step pretty much sums up how we were able to pay it off in 14 months. If we would have kept our original lifestyle, we probably wouldn't have paid this off until 20 months, 28 months. And we might still even be in student loan debt today. But because of the next step, we were able to pay off our student loans so fast, faster than we even thought that we were going to pay them off. So the next one is reducing your lifestyle and living off a bare minimum amount. So what we did is we reduced our lifestyle drastically, and we lived off of $35,000 a year, me and my wife. So imagine that. Imagine a couple of two living off of $35,000 a year. You can imagine the food we were eating, you know, the things that we would buy that were like the least expensive brands. You can imagine eating at home all the time, all meals, not going out much. You know, and if you go out, you use coupons or McDonald's, or spending $5 for two people, buying like the cheapest food. Now, I'm not saying to completely reduce your health or completely disregard your health, but for that short amount of time, we kind of did that just because we realized the impact of paying off this debt and getting it off our chest, you know, removing this anxiety, having that peace of mind that I think pays off with making lifestyle changes like that. So a few things in that step was we also got rid of a car that my wife had financed. So we got rid of this debt, and we actually got money back because we had equity in that car. And with that money, we went out and bought a used Toyota Camry. Instead of having a 2017 Hyundai Elantra that was financed, we were able to sell that, get rid of like $10,000 in debt, completely get rid of that from 1 week to the next, which was awesome. And then we used that money that we got back and we added a little bit more money to it, and we bought a used car. And that completely paid off because we didn't have monthly expenses on vehicle. We didn't have high insurance expenses either. So that was another life change that we did. We cut up all the credit cards we had, and like I mentioned before about brands, we just bought everything generic brands, everything like great value from Walmart, like everything so generic, and we were fine with that. We got used to it, and we definitely got used to saving that money and putting it towards our student loans. So the fifth and final step that I want to talk about that we did was we took on extra side hustles. We hustled hard. I worked extra. I did extra hours at my job. On the side, I was also doing eBay, selling stuff on eBay as well, and other little things that I would do for money. And my wife, she took on a home job. She took on extra side hustles as well. And we were working like 62 to 70 hours a week to pay this off. And that's how we were able to pay these student loans off, the amount of $80,000 in 14 months. So the moral of this video is, if you have student loan debt and if you feel like you're not getting anywhere with it, don't give up. Paying your student loan debt off is possible. If we could do it, you could do it too. And of course, depending on your income, depending on the sacrifices you're willing to make, that will determine how fast you're able to pay these student loans off and become financially free. Reducing your lifestyle, hustle hard. Pick up any extra work that you can pick up. Sell all the stuff that just sitting around that you don't use. If you don't use it at least 2 to 3 times a week, sell it. Why keep it there in your home where it's losing value? Sell it and use that money towards your student loans, reduce that principal, and reduce the interest that's being charged on your student loans. Every sacrifice that you make is one step closer for you to have a better financial future. Well guys, thanks for watching this video. Thanks for hearing me out on my journey. And if you got anything out of this, anything at all, if you can like that video and subscribe to my channel if you want to hear more about finances, money, and just a better financial future for yourself. Well, thanks for watching guys. I'll see you on the next video.